when you bought your last big purchase, by big purchase I mean maybe the latest EV car or a designer wallet or even your iPhone, did you actually need it? Or you bought because someone else had it first? Most of our spending decisions are not even ours. They belong to strangers you've never met and you don't really care about. And today I'm gonna show you exactly how this trap works and more importantly, how to escape this trap. Now before that, let me tell you the story of Buzz Aldrin, the jealousy and envy that ruined his life. And I promise it's gonna blow your mind. On July 20th, 1969, Buzz Aldrin did something that almost no human in history has ever done. He walked on the moon. Just think about it, the actual moon. But here's the thing, Buzz wasn't the first one. We all know who the first one is. It's Neil Armstrong. But he was the second one. And according to his fellow astronaut Michael Collins, Buzz spent years resenting that fact more than appreciating being second. Let that sink in for a second. A person walking the actual moon is not happy because he wasn't the first one to do that. If that can happen to a moonwalker, we, the rest, don't even stand a chance. So here's what's really happening. There's this law called Gause law or Gause principle. The idea that two species competing for the same resources can never truly coexist. One always outcompetes the other. And whether you admit it or not, we play this game every single day. With our houses, with our cars, with our holidays, with every possessions. It's becoming a dangerous trait in our modern day society. Now there's a huge difference between being motivated by what others have and being envious of what others have. Being motivated, that's useful. You see someone's success and you can see what is actually possible. But being envious, it's a torture. It's a mental torture. You're constantly comparing yourself with others. And that's a recipe for self-destruction. Author C.S. Lewis describes this perfectly. He called it as a series of concentric rings. You're always trying to break into the next exclusive circle. And once you finally get in, you're not nearly as happy as you thought you'd be. So you immediately start chasing the next ring. And the next. And the next. You keep chasing that ring forever. It's funny that we keep playing the status game, but you can almost never ever going to win this status game. Look at the history. European holidays once used to be for the rich and famous, and then everyone started going. University degrees, once it was reserved for the elite society, now it's nearly universal. Even investing in stock, back in 1929, only a fraction of Americans, only the wealthy Americans had the access to investing in stocks. Now almost 58% of the household can invest in stocks. All these were once exclusive status symbols, and the moment everyone got access to it, it's no longer exclusive. That's the cruel joke of this status game. The moment everyone has what you wanted, it's no longer worth wanting. So you spend your whole life chasing that thing, and the moment you get it, that thing stopped mattering. So why are we all outsourcing our happiness to strangers? If I put you in a room with just your close friends and family, the people who you actually love and care about, you'd form one set of desires, simple, meaningful, and the ones that actually matter to you, right? But the moment you expose yourself to those millions of strangers on social media, suddenly you need that yacht, or you need that designer's wardrobe, or that Lamborghini. You just handed the keys to your happiness to strangers, people who you don't know, who you don't care about, and will never meet. Author Lawrence Yeo said something around those lines. Envy is inversely correlated with self-examination. The less you know yourself, the more you look to others to get an idea of your worth. Read that again. The less you know about yourself, the more you look to others to feel worthy. That's why the most powerful financial decision is not about stocks or savings. It's about knowing yourself. Knowing yourself deeply enough so that you don't need a stranger's validation. You don't need other people's opinion. So what's the solution? It's simpler than you think. Be ruthlessly careful about who you spend your time with. You are a direct reflection of the 3 or 4 people you socialize with most. A successful dentist can feel like an absolute failure simply by moving to a wealthier neighborhood and changing his social circle. Same income, same achievements, but completely different sense of self-worth. Who you surround yourself with can have a direct impact on your happiness. Choose your circle wisely. And I mean really wisely. It's very, very important. I can't stress this enough. The only way to win the status game is not to play the game at all. Stop spending to impress others. Stop comparing your chapter 3 with someone else's chapter 20. Start spending in a way that actually reflects what you value, not what the algorithm is saying or not what the neighbor is doing or what random stranger is telling you to. That's it. That's the simple mantra. If this video resonates with you, give it a thumbs up, share with someone who really needs this, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. I'm Saim Khan. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.